So what are we doing today? We have a request from Heather, who is part of the Patreon community, a long-standing member. So thank you very much for your continued support, Heather. I'm sure she has enjoyed as much as I have seeing the community grow so much and having so many cool requests, so many cool conversations taking place in the chats. So Heather has requested a song, not a song, an album by someone called Frank Turner. And this album is called Tape Deck Heart. And it came out, according to Spotify, in 2013. I've not heard of any Frank Turner before. I've not heard of Frank Turner. So once again, and something I love doing, is going completely blind into this with no knowledge of anything to do with him, to do with his music, to do with his message. It's 49 minutes, 25 seconds long. There's 12 songs. First one's called Recovery. So obviously that's interesting to me as a psychotherapist, as someone who works in mental health. So I'm wondering, my mind's going, what's that about? Is this him recovering from something? Is him in recovery? I don't know. This is what minds do. You can just pick out a word and it can start to bring meaning, even out of context. Interesting. So if you're new here, just to throw this out there, I don't analyze these lyrics. I don't deep dive into them. It's more reaction. So I'll tell you what's coming up for me and my interpretation and my experience. Okay, that's not to say that what I say about Frank Turner is accurate or correct in any way. This is my opinion and my interpretation, my experience. Sometimes mental health related, sometimes it's my clinical practice related, sometimes it's just what's coming up for me emotionally, what it's reminding me of in terms of my life and my previous experiences. So it's a wide range of things can happen, which to me is more exciting because I'm not trying to shoehorn psychology stuff and mental health stuff into songs where there just might not be any, because it feels a little fake that way. I want the content I put out to be authentic. So there we go, enough rambling for me. I don't know why I said all of that stuff. First track is called Recovery. I don't even know what I'm going to get. Rock, rap, pop, metal? Who knows? But I like Tape Deck Heart. I like those words. They fit well together, don't they? Tape Deck Heart. Right, let's just do this. I'm rambling. Recovery, Frank Turner.
Blacking in and out in a strange flat in East London. Somebody I don't really know just gave me something to help settle me down and to stop me from always thinking about you. And you know your life is heading in a questionable direction when you're up for days of strangers and you can't remember anything except the way you sounded when you told me you didn't know what I should do.
Interesting. So I'm not going to stop at every 20 seconds, but straight away, I like his style. I like, where's he from? Where's he from? Because there's something that connects me with him instantly. I instantly find him relatable. Hampshire. Okay, so Hampshire is kind of the next county along. I hear his voice. I hear community. I hear locality to me that instantly connects me with him. And he's got a very clear and articulate voice, hasn't he? Easy to listen to. This sounds like it's going to be a bit of a storytelling type music, which I like. And he's talking there. I mean, he's talking about something I can kind of relate to. So blacking in and out in a strange flat in East London. I lived in London for many years. I can relate to going out and partying in London. And he's talking about blacking in and out. So I'm taking, he's taken something. Somebody I don't really know just gave me something. It's pretty risky, but hey, that's what happens, isn't it? But they've given him something to help him settle down and to stop me from always thinking about you. I'm really sorry. I really need to itch my nose. It's really, really ticklish for some reason, but I'll cut this bit out. Right. I think it's a bit hay fevery today. Nose itch completed. But he's taken this thing to help settle him down. So he's feeling anxious, perhaps. Maybe angry, maybe his mind is just racing thoughts about this person. Stop me from always thinking about you. And you know your life is heading in a questionable direction when you're out for days with strangers and you can't remember anything. He's partying hard, isn't he? Potentially partying. It might not be partying. Maybe they're just hanging out and chilling together, helping each other forget, helping each other to distract, or just trying to have a good time. I don't know, whatever. Let's just go back a bit here.
To help settle me down and to stop me from always thinking about you. And you know your life is heading in a questionable direction when you're up for days of strangers and
It's like
you
a
can't
jolly sounding
remember
song.
anything except
The content
way
says
you
otherwise.
sounded when you told me you didn't know what I should do. It's a long road up to recovery from here, a long way back to the light. A long road up to recovery from here, a long way to making it right. And I've been waking in the morning just like every other day, and just like every boring blues song I get swallowed by the pain. And so I fumble for your figure in the darkness just to make it go away.
Right, I'm trying to time my pauses a little bit better than I tend to do. I forgot at the beginning, I forgot about the whole verse, chorus, verse thing. Could have gone for that, couldn't I? So look, getting up every morning and swallowed by the pain, fumble for your figure in the darkness to make it go away. So that's, I don't know, bringing him, again, maybe some distraction, maybe some purpose, maybe some felt sense of belonging. But we know from the beginning that he's taken stuff to forget about them. So maybe this relationship breaks down. Oh, okay. I'm about to find out in the next few lines. Look at the lyrics. I shall shut up a little bit and let it play a little bit longer in future. Let's learn from this experience.
I've been waking in the morning just like every other day, and just like every boring blues song I get swallowed by the pain. And so I fumble for your figure in the darkness just to make it go away.
So his coping strategy is gone.
You're not lying there any longer, and I know that that's my
it's his
fault. So
fault.
I've been pounding on the floor, and I've been crawling up the walls, and I've been dipping in my darkness with serotonin boosters, cider and some kind of smelling salts. It's a long road up to recovery from here, a long way back to the light. A long road up to recovery from here, a long way to making it right. And on the first night we met, you said, well, darling, let's make a deal. If anybody ever asks us, let's just tell them that we met in jail.
That's interesting. So he's gone back to the first night that he met this person. And they made up some story about how they met. Is that because they don't want to tell people how they really met? Or they just make it sound a bit more fun and exciting?
And that's a story that I'm sticking to like a stony-faced accomplice. But tonight I need to hear some truth, and I'm never getting through this. Yeah, you once sent me a letter that said, if you're lost at sea, close your eyes and catch a time, my dear, and only think of me. Well, darling, now I'm sinking and I'm as lost
And he hasn't got her
as can be,
anymore.
and I was hoping you could drag me up and down here towards my recovery. Just give me a sign, or just a subtle little glimmer, some suggestion that you'd have me if I could only make me better. Then I would stand a little stronger as I walk a little taller all the time. Because I know you are a cynic, but I think I can convince you, yeah, because broken people can get better if they really want to. Or at least that's what I have to tell myself if I am hoping to survive. It's a long road up to recovery from here, a long way back to the light. A long road up to recovery from here, a long way to making it right. Darling, sweet lover, won't you help me to recover? Darling, sweet lover, won't you help me to recover? Darling, sweet lover, won't you help me to recover? Darling, sweet lover, one day this will all be over.
Nice. Okay. It's gone. Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool track. So this person has lost their a relationship with someone, which was really important to them in terms of their own mental health and their own meaning in life by the sound of it. And I don't know what's happened that's broken them up, but it has. And this person's currently dealing with it by going out, taking things to try to settle down a bit, try to get rid of that anxiety. but there's talk about serotonin boosters, I think, in there somewhere, which implies lifting mood up. So maybe that is the function of some of those behaviors as well, to find something to lift them up. But there's a line near the end there which caught my attention, which was, yeah, because broken people can get better if they really want to. And I hear people frequently in my line of work referring to themselves as broken. I'm broken, you know, and I can see where that comes from their perspective. I can understand why they use that language, but I'm not really sure what I think about it. And I think language is important in how we relate to the words that we use about ourselves. Now, I'm broken. See, I tend to see behavior as an adaptation to a context or a situation that someone is in, and that behavior at that moment, at that time, makes sense. Like, it serves a function, an understandable function. And it's about not fixing something that's broken, it's about changing something that isn't working. Now, maybe that's the same thing. To me, it doesn't sound like the same thing, but maybe if you broke all those words down and the underlying meanings, maybe it does mean the same thing. I don't know. But I'm not sure what I think about this, people referring to themselves as broken. If I as a therapist refer to a client as broken, that definitely wouldn't sound right, would it? So why would it be okay for someone to refer to themselves as broken? It's not a very compassionate stance from them, I don't think. And I don't know if it actually holds true in terms of what those words actually mean. Maybe I'm being really pedantic here. I don't know. But that's just that what comes up. That's what comes up for me. And I guess that is something I should be curious in, isn't it? I should be curious about how people relate to themselves and the language that they use around that. Love it. This is why I love doing my job. I find all this stuff fascinating. But anyway, that was Recovery. That's a cool song. It's got a very jolly kind of sing-along feel to it, yet there's pain there, isn't it? There's pain behind that. And I do wonder if there's a reason for that. I wonder if there's, because he's talked about trying to lift serotonin. I wonder if there is a subtext here of, if I make the song jolly, despite singing painful words, it's going to lift me up somehow. Or if you're listening to this and you're struggling, you're finding something painful at the moment, you can relate to these lyrics, but it's got that jolly kind of feel about it. Does it bring you up? Is that the purpose of music? Is that the purpose of this song? I don't know. Let me know what you think. God, I'm in a bit of a chatty mood today, I'm afraid. But hey, sometimes that's what happens. That's what happens. Songs just take me. They take me down a bit of off on a tangent, but we shall try to rein it in. I can see also that Frank Turner, because when I looked up where he was from, I found on Wikipedia, he's from Hampshire, but he's he was born in 1981, December 1981. So he's only a few months younger than me. I mean, I just point that out because do I feel like we would have had not similar lives, but like there would have been similar things out in the world at the same time as we were growing up, I think is more what I mean. That's interesting. Will that come into play later? I don't know. So he's born in Bahrain, but origin Hampshire, England. Genres folk punk, folk rock, post-hardcore. What's post-hardcore? Punk rock, acoustic rock, alternative rock. Okay, quite rocky. Oh, who's he signed to? This is going to tell me what shit I'm going to get about copyright. Extra Mile Recordings, Interscope, Epitaph, Polydor. Right. Okay, let's move on because I'm just, rambling a bit here.